Wow, wow, wow. I don't even know if I'm saying the right lyrics, but Arsenal are bringing the Brazilians in. Gabriel Jesus, more or less terms, principal agreement, whatever they're saying, he's coming to the carpet. Rafinha next? Who knows? Let's go! Oh yeah, now my people, it's your guy, the Ninja Englishman, and we are here on the Armory TV. And some Arsenal fans may not have been excited coming into this week, but that's just changed yesterday. But we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of the deal and what's just happened for our football club. Once I've introduced our co-hosts. First of all, alongside me, I got the man, the myth, the legend, aka Aaron Ramsdale the second. We got man like James. How you doing, James?
What's good, bro? I'm good. Appreciate the intro. How are you?
I'm good, man. Really good. I wouldn't quite say I've hit the excited button, but I'm calm.
Yeah,
I'm
getting
calm.
there. Getting there.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm very, very calm. So everyone else, whether you're watching now or watching later, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Armory TV. And also back in the building, I think it's his third time on the Armory TV. Some know him as Kanebi, some know him as the Nigerian troops representing Tunnel TV. We got my guy Kanebi in the building. How you doing, bro? Or obrigado, should I say? Obrigado.
Obrigado, live from Rio de Janeiro. Gabriel Jesus is in the building. You know what's going on? He's in the building, people. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's always a pleasure to be on the Armory TV. You know, I love it here with my Arsenal brothers. I'm looking forward to the season. An exciting transfer window has kicked off. We have four new players in, and man, a lot of money's coming. We're spending a lot of money. Man. What's up? What's up?
So, guys, this deal has probably been the best kept secret or unkept secret for the summer because we've been interested in this guy since January. We thought it'd be a quick move because obviously the relationship with Arteta and the fact that he's getting first team football, and we were the first in for him. But you know, when it comes to Arsenal, we love doing things the hard way. Make the fans sweat small before we announce the signing. The first thing I want to ask is James, like, what do you think this signing means to Arsenal Football Club? Gabriel.
Well, puts to doubt that there was ever competition between us and some of the other clubs that were in for him, and then we had no pull because apparently without Champions League we weren't going to sign any good players. So you know that puts to bed that rumor. It was all BS to begin with. But you know, just to clarify, you salty fans that are not happy about us getting Gabriel Jesus. But nah, man, it's a signal of intent. Like as you said, we've been interested in him since January. Discussions heavily with his agent since about March time. I was hoping it was going to be wrapped up, so we didn't have to hear these rumors like, Chelsea interested to try and hijack the deal. Spurs are now interested, who he rejected, by the way. And, you know, it's been one of these where it's just not dragged on, but it's felt like an eternity because the transfer window's only been open, like 2 weeks? But I don't know about you guys, but this deal has been spoken to death, and it's felt like years, if I'm being honest. So I think for what it does for Arsenal Football Club, maybe people aren't seeing this as a statement signing, but for me, Gabriel Jesus, as a player and his ability, pretty much gets into every single team across Europe. Maybe not in the starting 11, but he gets a lot of minutes, right? And we've needed a signing like this for a while, I reckon, that shows other targets that we're looking at that it's like, oh, damn, they've signed this player. Maybe I want to come and bring in and be a part of this project. So I don't know. I'm really excited. I think Kanebe is the same from pre-string chat. But
Yeah.
I'll hand it off to him to let him highlight his thoughts.
So
One more
I
can
think hold on. I think we already know from his intro, the excitement when we introduced him, where his head is at. But Kanebe, why? What's the reason for this excitement about this signing?
The reason for this excitement is one, we have a modern day striker that's a pressing forward. I'm looking at it from a technical point of view, not for the fact that, oh, he's Gabriel Jesus. I like to look at things from a technical point of view. We have a striker that works hard, scores goals, can play on the left, right, and in the middle. And he doesn't need to adapt to the league. He's used to the league. He's been in the league for at least 5 years, 6 years. He's been playing in the Premier League. He knows what the Premier League is about. And I look at his stats against the big teams when Pep has used him. He scores or he assists. So he's not shying away from the big games. He's a player that we need. And this is a World Cup year. There is no other motivation to put on your best performance and show that you want to be there for Brazil. Do you understand what I'm saying? And right now, Arsenal is building a young team that needs a player that can carry them. Aubameyang did it for a while, but his time came to an end. Lacazette tried. I give all props to Lacazette. His time came to an end. Now you have Gabriel Jesus, who is a 4-time Premier League winner. He has played in the Champions League final, semi-final. Do you understand? He has won Carabao Cups and FA Cups. He knows what it is to win. Those boys are going to be inspired. The likes of Saka, Saka is going to have some weight off his shoulders because we all know Saka has carried this team for the last 3-4 years. Mm-hmm. It's time Saka needs a break and enjoys his football playing with players that are good and, they better players. Hopefully, I see him scoring goals. People are saying, oh, he doesn't score enough goals, blah, blah, blah. He played under Pep Guardiola, who played him on the right, in the middle, and hardly started in. And Guardiola never plays with strikers. He plays with midfielders as false nines. Mm-hmm. So, and if you look at his stats,
he never plays with strikers, but he hasn't in the past. I hear you.
Yeah, he hasn't he has won 2 league titles without a striker. Last season and the season before. Right. Even when Aguero was fit, I think it only cost him in the Champions League. But as far as the Premier League is concerned, he has mastered it. So anytime Gabriel Jesus starts, he scores. So I'm very, very excited and I'm very happy with this signing. I think technically it's a great one and it puts a lot of pressure on Arteta to produce the goods.
And I agree with everything both you and James have said about this signing. And I'm excited about it. Even though I'm hearing from the rival fans that it's too much money and he's never scored 20 goals at City and blah, blah, blah. The reason why I kind of ignored those talks is because at City, he was never given the confidence or the playing time of the main man. Being the main man, the guy that the manager is behind, the guy that gets consistent back-to-back starts. So this is a different Jesus. He's coming to London with the opportunity to be a legend. You see when Liverpool won the title a couple years ago, right? No matter what, as long as you were in that squad, because they hadn't won the title for so long, you're automatically a club legend, right? That's just how it went, because not won it for 30 years, all that squad have become legends. Even freaking Adam Lallana's a Liverpool legend now. Crazy. But Jesus has the chance of bringing us back to our glory years. He's coming in as the Don Dada, the Baba. Like, I've won 4 Premier League titles. I've played bigger games. I'm the guy. And I think he will flourish under that sort of confidence and ego that is going to be lifted when he goes into the Emirates changing room. But I hope we have someone backstage, James. Is this true?
We did, but he's gone. He's
not ready for
his. He's still warming up. He's still got the bib on. So he said he'll be. Yeah, bro. Tighter calf. So he's with a physiotherapist right now to get him sorted out. But he'll be back in like a minute.
Perfect. Do you want to help me go through a couple of the comments before we'll continue?
Yeah, man. We've got quite a few. As always, as Kunle said, if you are watching, for his beautiful intro he did for Gabriel Jesus in the stream, please like, comment, subscribe, all of that jazz. It really helps us out. Going to be a lot more consistent with content this summer, so we should be good. Were we agreeing with that? Do we agree with this sentiment?
Let me answer that in 4 weeks' time. Innit? Like I love all the players we're linked with, but we are Links FC. So let's be signing.
No, we're not Links FC anymore. We've signed 4 boys. We've signed 4 boys.
We're Brazilian.
We've signed 4 boys. See, let me tell you, Kuli, let me tell you, even if we don't get some targets, we might get the substitutions of those targets. What I mean is that if we can't get this guy, we might get that guy. So we are showing aggressiveness. We're aggressive in the market. When last did you hear Arsenal signing a player in June? In fact, 4 players in June. I've never seen it
It's a very good point. Because even though everyone was panicking about how little we're doing so early in the window, like it is rare that we get this many deals done early. Even though there's not been any big ones just yet, though. Let's be honest, there's not been any big ones yet.
Apart from Tottenham,
until Jesus.
Apart from Tottenham, Arsenal and Man City have been the busiest in the market, the Premier League. Let's be honest.
That's a fair.
So let's give Edu some props. He's still on the grill. Let's see. He's still on the grill. You know.
Yeah, he's still cooking up some things. But as I said at the start, and I'll say it again, it's gonna take a lot more for me to start getting excited. Can you put up Brenny's comment? Brenny K74 is one of the last 3 comments.
There you go. No, I'm kidding.
Big up, Brenny. He said Jesus can have the same impact as Alexis, bro.
I agree.
Bro, as in, I'm not ready to give him that sort of pressure because those 3 years Alexis gave us were elite years. That guy was an absolute phenomenon.
South American blood. I agree. I agree.
Right? Well,
I think Gabriel has a point to prove. He has to prove he's one of the top Premier League strikers. I don't know if this is not motivation. I don't know what it is for a footballer. At 25, when you're just getting to your prime, come on, you have a lot to prove now.
Now, to be honest, it's the perfect move for him at this stage of his career to really take it to that next level in World Cup year. And I think he's going to kind of be playing with a chip on his shoulder, like, why didn't you make me the 9? I know when he plays City, he's going to raise his game. And who knows, we might finally get some points against City again, man. So I'm excited about that encounter. But there's one more person I'd like to give their opinion live on the show today. Welcome to the building. We've got my guy, Gumsa. How you doing, my bro?
I'm here, bro. I've had some technical difficulties. It's been stressful. Tried 2 different laptops. I'm on the 3rd one now, but I'm finally here. It's nice to see you all again. It's been a long time.
Did you guys see what he just did there? Without stunting on us, he stunted on us. He just told us he has 3 laptops, guys, without making it a big deal. But yeah, big up Gumsa.
The NFTs and the Bitcoins and the Football Manager laptop, and how it
is. But Gumsa, since we last were on a stream, it seems like Arsenal are getting all the calls. All the calling strikers are coming. Eddie's signed his deal. Jesus is on his way. Like, what's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, do you know what? If I'm honest, I liked Nketiah, but I think if we made Champions League, I think we would have let him go and got a different striker with Jesus. But in terms of finances, I feel it makes sense. I know people are moaning about the 100,000 a week, but again, to get another striker in, you'll be paying 100k a week plus 40, 50, 60 million on a transfer fee. So he's shown in the last few months that he can offer something. A bit like Jesus, I still wanted a different plan B because I wanted someone a bit more physicality. So I think Jesus and Nketiah are quite similar in how they play. So for a plan B, I would have wanted something different. But again, that could be something long-term that changes. But for now, I think it's the right move to keep Eddie because, again, he's on a 5-year contract. So even after a year, 2 years, if that doesn't work out, we should make... Well, it's a profit. Anytime we sell him, it's a profit because he came from the academy. But if you're talking 25, 30 mil profit, that's not a bad return on Eddie, as long as he scores some goals along the way as well. So I'm happy with that one. Now let's get into the main guy, Jesus.
Yeah, the main news, man. Stop that freaking the side piece. We were talking about the side dish there, man. Let's get to the main course, please.
Let me call that the real ringer. But yeah, to be fair, it's one of them funny ones. I think if we were linked with him in January, I don't reckon people would have been as on it as they are now. But I think seeing what he done for City on that run-in, it showed there was a player. There's a player there. And again, I think back to the time when he took over from Aguero about 4 years ago. Do you remember when Pep first come in and literally just dropped Aguero and Jesus was the
Yeah,
man?
he
And
was
he was
doing bits that
flying.
period
Yeah,
as
he was
well.
like 19, 20 or something crazy like that and was absolutely flying. And then obviously Aguero stepped up his game, and that's when Jesus then kind of got put on the back burner, which is understandable because Aguero is one of the best strikers the Premier League's seen. So I definitely feel he's gonna have a point to prove. Because again, it's not saying he's been treated badly by City, but he's always been the one that gets, oh, you're on the bench, you get shifted. Do you know what I mean? It's like big names are coming in, Jesus' minutes gets limited again, and now obviously they signed two strikers, and it's like, yeah, you can go. So I feel he'll have a point to prove. And again, being the main man, he's never really had that opportunity at City to be the main man. And I think that's going to go a long way for him. I think makes sense with how he presses as well. Like we saw what Nketiah brought by the pressing high up the pitch, and you saw the impact it had. So I
Oh,
think
what is it?
again,
Any excuse to throw in Eddie's name, man? Free Eddie from this,
my
please.
guy, boy. But yeah, no, I'm happy with it. And again, I just like there's not much strikers out there. So I think you've seen that in the market. Normally, with a year left, you're never going to get 50 mil for Jesus. But I feel there's such a shortage of strikers. Man City knew they could hold out for that because really, if it's not him, then you're looking at Osimhen was 80 mil or whatever it was. We see Nunes go for 85 mil. Like the market's crazy for strikers. There's not much out there. But I think the most important for me with him is he's got Premiership experience. I think spending that money on Isaac or somebody else who hasn't had Premiership experience are taking more of a gamble. Whereas I think with Jesus, you know what you're going to get. And yeah, I'm happy with it. It's a big signing for us. Like, yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one.
Okay, I'm gonna put it out to any of you to respond to. Like in terms of obviously social media, our streams, things that have been in the press. Like Edu's really been getting it from fans and rival fans and Arsenal fans everywhere. Do you think because of that, he's really said, you know what? Roll up my sleeves. I'm gonna start cooking this summer. I'm gonna use my Brazilian contingent so you guys know exactly what I mean by having good relationships with Brazil. So let me get in Jesus. Let me get in this up and coming Marquinhos. Let me get in what's it called, Rafinha as well, just to show that this Brazilian thing that I'm moving with is not a joke. Like, do you think that he's said, do you know what, he's fed up of all this talk and said, you know what, I'm about to start cooking? And if he does pull off Rafinha as well, does he deserve his props?
For me, I've always backed Edu. I know some of you that heard me. I feel he's done very well since he's come in. The only one signing which I questioned was Willian. That's the only one I questioned. Like it made sense, get one season out of him. He's Premiership proven, but that kind of flopped. But apart from that, I don't really think he's done anything too wrong. Like I've been impressed with most of his signings. Yes, Tavares, had a dip, same as Lokonga, but still not bad signings. And if we do sell Tavares for 30 mil, we've made profit. So I think Edu's done a good job. I think some of the criticism has been very harsh on him. The team's in a better position now than it has been in a long, long time. There's lots of assets at the club. So if and when we do have to sell one of our bigger players, you should be talking big money coming in, which you can reinvest. The wage bill looks very, very healthy compared to previous years. I know that's going to jump up if we do get these signings in. But I think in terms of if you're Kroenke, looking what Eddie's done, he's taken us on, well, not him alone, but we went 8th place the year before, 2 years in a row. We're now 5th. Or no, so 7th and then 8th, or so whatever it was. But we've improved on our positioning and we brought the wages down. So as you're Kroenke, you're thinking, do you know what, this guy's doing a very good job. I think the connections with Brazil is definitely going to help us. I think we're going to keep unearthing gems and getting them in early. We see teams in like Portugal and Spain get these players in from like 18, 19 and then turn a massive profit on them. And we're seeing it with Martinelli. If he's to go, you're talking 50 million. So yeah, I think Edu, he's doing well. And again, even if we don't have a great season, I think you got to differentiate between Edu and Arteta. So if Edu gives Arteta the tools and Arteta doesn't deliver, nothing wrong with what Edu's done. That's on Arteta. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel he's done a very good job for Arsenal. I think some of the criticism's really harsh.
Well, I think as far as what you said is very, very true. But like Arsenal fans are very impatient. We forget that we were in a huge mess with Mustafi, Ozil, Kolasinac. We had so much mess. And you hired a rookie coach and a rookie director of football in Europe, because Edu is not a rookie outside Europe, but in Europe, it's a big mess. You have to give these guys time to clean up this mess. And that mess, it took us about, I think, 3 years to clean up. I think we're just finally cleaning up this mess now this season, because apart from Aubameyang, Lacazette is gone. The old regime is gone, basically. So he's bringing in his fresh players. This is the first time Arteta is now and Edu, they're getting attacking players. So I think it's a plan it's a process that's been unfolding slowly. And we are now seeing the benefits of it slowly. Last year, we were very, very close to Champions League football. The only thing that cost us Champions League football was injuries to KT and Partey. And the fact that we didn't have goals. Those guys had Kane, they had Son, and they got a lucky draw against Liverpool. Apart from that, I think we matched them, and we fought for a long time, not the Tottenham. So I think we just ran out of gas. If we get Fabio Vieira, Rafinha, Gabriel Jesus, Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Odegaard, you're looking at 6 players that can fuck shit up. You get what I'm saying? You're looking at 6 players that can fuck shit up, and these guys are young and growing.
7, you forgot Eddie.
All right, okay, yeah, Eddie, no problem. No,
Ever forget Eddie?
No problem. Eddie's going to improve. Eddie scored 5 and 7. He has goals in him, and people are talking about that 100k. He was earning 45k. He only got a double on his wages. Do you understand? So it's not like he was earning 5,000 and he shot up to 100k. So all that 100k bullshit is bullshit. Do you understand? So for me, if we can get all these players and get Tielemans, I don't know. We are going to be something special next season. And if I'm telling you, and it's left, like you said, it's left for Arteta to handle it. If he fucks up, they should sack him and keep Edu. I'm telling you, because I see no reason for failure if you get these players. I see no reason.
All right, so from what I'm hearing from you, Kenebi, is like you're an Edu fan. So are you an Eddie fan regardless of how this window goes? Or
Edu, I've always supported Edu because Edu is a gunner. He played for this club. He loves us. So it's not like we got. No, listen. When you sign and when you bring ex-players,
right now, I put them
listen. Yes, I criticize when you fuck up. I praise you when you do well. When you're an ex-player and you bring ex-players back into the club, this is what happens. They show love. They show care. Look at Ajax. Ajax is run by ex-players. Bayern Munich is run by ex-players. It is a rule in Bayern Munich that every president is an ex-player. That's why they do well. And that's what we're trying to bring back. Edu is an ex-Arsenal guy. Pierre Mertesacker is an ex-Arsenal guy. Arteta is an ex-Arsenal player. So we are bringing back that Arsenal DNA. He loves the club. So that is the difference. Every other team, you're looking at Manchester United. Who is an ex-Manchester United player that is there? Nobody.
Carrick's left now as well. So yeah.
McGuire.
Nobody. So what are we talking? So we're building something really special. And I think next season and the season after, we're going to be a very formidable side.
James,
people forget Saliba is back.
Bro, don't get me wrong. With the players we're linked with Saliba coming back, with how far we were not off, with the fact that these young players are definitely going to improve this season a little bit more as well. There's a lot of exciting aspects when it comes to Arsenal. But my key is, are we going to put these things together? And James, you think the Jesus thing is going to trigger more deals coming in free? And do we now look as a more of a exciting prospect for a player to come into?
Yeah, man. I'm just going to put it out there, right? I think we're the most exciting project since Liverpool. Do you remember when pre-established Klopp, pre-winning Champions League, pre-winning Premier League, there was all this hype for about a year and a half, 2 years, with the work he was doing, the players he was signing, and you could see it. You could see the build-up of their team to what it became. And I'm talking like the epitome of the hype being Alisson and Van Dijk, that window where they signed those players, right? Arsenal is acting like a big club. I've said it on previous shows, right? And I wasn't kidding when I said this. I'm young, right? I was born in 99. So even though I was alive when the major trophies were won, like Invincibles, whatever. I was too young to remember this. I was like 3 or 4 years old, right? So coming from a young fan perspective, this is the most excited I've ever been as an Arsenal fan, outside of winning FA Cups and yada yada yada, right? But I'm talking excited for a sustained period of time. Like if we can get the targets, this is a big if, and I feel like we are on the right track. If we get these targets, or as Kanebe said, Plan B's, whoever it is, I trust the recruitment. Like it's nice to know that we have an in-house talent ID that is buying players for a system purpose and not a profile purpose. Like in the sense of, like Paul Pogba, for example, right? We're signing him because it's Paul Pogba. We're signing targets that Arteta wants to enhance the system. So for me, yeah, we are one of the biggest attractive projects in the whole of Europe right now. Like, and you can see it with the links. Like, who would have thought we would have been after? Obviously, Jesus was, around for a while, but Rafinha, you've seen serious links. Lissandro Martinez, Tielemans, like even Tielemans has come out and said he wants a UCL club, right? We don't have UCL, but we seem to be attracting him, right? Rafinha as well. He was on Barca. I know you might say it's situational, right? But these are players that could be playing in Champions League. Yet we're not in Champions League and we're bringing them. And as Kanebe said, we are building something incredible. Foundation we did last year, the signings, I'm not going to say anyone flopped. Tavares, in my opinion, probably was the quote-unquote worst signing if you're talking performances. But you can see it. He has everything there to be a top left back, left wing back, whatever you want to call it, right? And now when you sprinkle that foundation with the talent we're after, Tielemans, Lissandro Martinez, Gabriel Jesus, who I rate incredibly highly, by the way, and I've been saying for time. I was laughed at by a few of the Army group when I suggested when Aubameyang was going out the door, and I said, look, is it worth a punt swapping Aubameyang with Gabriel Jesus in January? That's what I suggested, right? So I think these players.
Feel free to name the people that.
No. It's fine. It's fine. No name dropping for the people that didn't want Jesus. Yes, you do know who you are, right? But yeah, man, I'm so excited. I feel like I've been one of the only people in the Armory that has been from day dot since the transfer window before it even opened. That was like, look, we're gonna do something big. I'm gassed, right? And I could have fallen on my face with it, but it's nice to see you, Boots, Gumsa, whoever else is starting to be like, hey, we might be doing something here. And it's the most excited I've been. Genuinely. And I can't remember a time I've been this happy about Arsenal. So for me, we're in a fantastic position.
And you know what the craziest thing, James, is like as much as I didn't want to admit that you might be right, the more I heard you talking about excitement, this would probably be like, even though it's not crazy, like we're gonna win the league excitement, it's something to feel encouraged about in terms of the players we're linked with, the direction the club's taking, the style we have, and things are starting to take shape. So I know rival fans will be like, oh, these Arsenal fans think they're gonna win the Champions League and the league, well, that's not what we're saying, guys. All we're saying is we're excited. But before we wrap up, guys, James, do you want to help us go through some of the comments? I see them flying in left, right, and centre, man.
Quite a few.
Let's get through some of them.
So Football Capital isn't having what we're putting out. He says something special. Doesn't agree. I don't think.
What team does he support?
I don't know. Probably United.
I think United. Bro.
Probably United.
It's also
you
like
can hear it in the way he's typed.
Munze came in as well and said, "You guys aren't finishing top 4, bruv. I would worry about your grass. The grass isn't always green on the other side.
What team does he support?
Your own problems.
United.
Oh, damn luck. I thought they were signing Eriksen. What happened?
He picked
a man
over them.
A man who can't run anymore doesn't want to play for United. God damn it. I heard Ronaldo wants to leave too.
The funniest story I saw yesterday was a headline that says Eriksen ponders between Manchester United and Brentford.
Bro, Van Gaal told Timber.
Like, come on, bro.
Van Gaal told Timber that if he goes to Manchester United, he's not picking him for the World Cup. Can you imagine? He said, because I can want Bissaka and Dalot be ahead of you. Come on, bro.
You know, Munzi and football capital are typing like, what can I say back to that? What can I say?
Hard.
I know you guys, your fingers are clucking here. All right, continue with the comments there, James. Sorry.
That's all right. I'm just bringing this up. I feel like he's a bit salty. That was in reference to Knavy's, European timber.
Oh,
I'm not even.
Man United is about to solve Barcelona's economic crisis. 100 million for Frankie De Jong, a player who can tackle. That's what you need a player. Man United, I don't know that club. They're just confused. Confused.
Bruv, they can put, unless I see 100 M, bruv, we're not even listening to anything from Marseille, bruv. Relax.
Do Marseille have money?
No, bro.
Who knows, man? Speculation.
They qualify for Champions League, but there's been, from what Big Dogs are saying, they're like putting in that bid. But literally every report coming out of England has said Saliba's not for sale.
I think it's propaganda. The French media, they want him back in France because
they hate Arsenal so much. The disrespect for the biggest French club coming towards us, like what's going on? I don't know.
And we have produced all their great players. So we've helped all their friends.
Leave them. If not for us, they'd have less World Cups. Look at them, jokers.
Brother.
I'm not on the stream with it. Bro. We can arrange it anytime.
Yeah, man.
Anytime he's ready.
I don't know who you are, but we can.
What's he trying to cook? There's no fire in Old Trafford. What's going on?
Leave it.
He's trying to cook.
Brother, they can't afford the gas.
He's from down under, so he's cooking a barbecue right about now.
The CEO came out. Manchester United CEO came out and said, "We spent all our money. We don't have any money anymore. We spent $1 billion." How do you let a player go for free, buy him back for 100 million, and let him go for free again?
That's mad.
Madness.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, Brenny said we need to keep the young squad together. They won the league in 3 years. I agree. Like as what Edu said as well. Like I'm guessing you watched the interview he did. Like there was a Vieira one, and then he did an interview himself where he said that the plan is just to keep the squad together for like 4 years, 5 years. So I mean, if we can do that, I think that'd be great. But bro, after that, all of these Man United fans are salty.
They're happy. They're so trigger happy now.
I know. Bless him. Poor Emperor.
Ericsson. Bro, you need all you can get right now, man.
Leave them. I think there was coming up here.
Man, Pepe is for sale. You guys can come and have him if you want.
You can have Pepe. Try and thing.
Yeah, have Pepe.
Okay.
Anthony is not coming to Man United.
I'm not convinced by him. I think he's going to be like another Ziyech in the Premier League. I don't think I like Ziyech, but he's just not.
Nielsen, bro. Bare tricks.
Yeah, Rabino and them lot there in it. I don't think that Premier League made.
Don't get me wrong. He's going to have some sick games, but
100
consistently. He's not going to be the guy.
Yeah.
If you go to the Football Capitals comment,
they signed Sancho, and Sancho failed.
Who's that?
Sancho is the best winger. The best young winger in the world is Sancho. He failed.
And they flopped him. And I think, so Kanebi, I think this is addressing your comment about players being put in the backroom staff and the coaching clubs at other clubs. This is what he was trying to say in response.
Who's that City that play for them?
Yeah. So I think...
Well, come on. They have Brian Kidd. They had Brian. They had a Man City legend assisting Guardiola. They have one. They have like a couple of them there. Even the guy who signed Haaland, the guy who took the picture with Haaland was an ex-Man City guy.
But
so what's he saying?
The funniest thing about this comment, even Kennedy, is that he picked the two teams that you didn't mention when you were going through that list. Like literally, you were saying AC Milan, Ajax, this every team that you didn't pick, he picked. But look, at the end of the day, what we're trying to say is I think that's one thing that Wenger kind of missed out on by getting the Invincibles involved with the team a little bit earlier. I think that's where he missed out on, and I believe they could have brought that. They could have been those extra generals that. To have those tough conversations that maybe he didn't really feel with the younger players, etc. That could have helped. But we're moving in the right direction.
Yours does. Your owner just took money out of your club to go to Las Vegas. What are you talking about?
Bruv, he took about 10 M's and your stadium's collapsing, my guy.
To make the girls twerk at the club.
Like, what?
He's making it rain in Miami right now, man.
Exactly.
Did we just beat Man U? Come on, man.
We're not even beat them, bro. Why we're not stop entertaining these clowns here. So, sorry, Gumsa, you wanted to say something, sir?
Yeah, no, just reference what you were saying about bringing players back to the club to be like behind the scenes. yes, I understand what you're saying with Liverpool and City, but they're different animals at the moment. What you might see long term is you might see Gerrard back there or Carragher. At the moment, it's working for him, but I think our philosophy at the moment is very different to City. So if you look at Bayern, they don't spend mega millions bringing players in. Do you know what I mean? It's very thought out, strategic.
Yeah.
And I think we're trying to go down that route. Do you know what I mean? So I'm for us having them players in the background. And City, Liverpool, you never know what's going to come long term with them. Lot, do you know what I mean? If Klopp and Guardiola leave, they're back to the drawing board and now they're scrambling. Do you know what I mean? So it's all fair and well for them too at the moment because they have got two of the best managers in the world there. But what
When
we
they
were slow
leave,
to
what
do,
happens next?
and what we were slow to do, I think what United didn't do very well is we didn't create that team behind the managers. So when one manager leaves, it's seamless and a smooth transition. Do you know what I mean? It was very much we had these two long managers for a long time, and when they left, there was nothing behind the scenes that would just say, right, this could be a smooth transition, and that's why we've gone through this major dip, and United are still going through their dip. So, and obviously Fergie left way before Wenger. So yeah, for me, it's a case of actually we've learned from some mistakes, and even if Arteta goes, the foundations behind the scenes should stay the same, regardless. But it should be then a smooth transition to bring new managers in. So City might find out the hard way when Pep goes. Do you know what I mean? Then they might be scrambling, thinking, how are we going to find a manager who can play with these players because Pep's got a team molded to him. So yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. But as I said, for my club, I'm happy where we're at the moment. So
100%. And just before we round up, we're getting to the last. Kanebi, they're sending for you in the comments before we wrap up. Kanebi, I promise you, you will lose your first match and I'll be in the Tunnel TV.
Why do
studio
people
watching.
like to troll me when I am the worst troll on the planet? I don't understand. Why?
You don't want none of this smokes, Emperor. You really don't, man. But you'll learn. You'll learn one way or the other. And dudes,
I know who he is. Don't worry. I know who he is. I know how to get to him. Don't worry.
Only worry in bringing back men who have the club in their DNA. For every Vieira, there's an Ollie.
That's a good rhyme.
Spot on. Perfect way to end the show, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll just get one more comment from everyone about the Jesus signing, then we'll close the show. James, what are you saying about Jesus? Last comment about it.
Best signing of the summer.
Best signing of the summer. Okay, Kanebi, what are you saying?
We are going to Rio.
Love that. Love that. What are you saying? What are you saying, Gumsa?
I'm happy. I've got the left phone. I've got two phones. I got two phones. One for the club and one for the club.
One for Eddie, one for Jesus.
That's it. I got two of them, boy. I'm ringing through. But yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Let's keep it going, Arsenal. Another big push next week. That's all we need.
All right, guys. Jesus is in. The boys from the favelas are coming through. Who knows? By this time next week, we might be able to announce Rafinha. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Everybody have a wonderful weekend and catch us back next week. Peace.